Hey, what is up guys? Kolst here bringing this Hearthstone Arena news. We have news of a balance adjustment, a hotfix to Arena balance, so an exciting time. We only get these once every month or so this will be surely a great time to have the meta shaken up. So let's just get right into the post here, which is here on the Blizzard forum somewhere. I'll just read it out loud. Hey everyone, we're in the process of deploying a small server-side hotfix that will update the appearance rate of cards in Arena to ensure class balance remains close to the ideal 50% win rate. Specifically, the win rate of Demon Hunter, Paladin, Shaman, and Warlock should now be decreased. The win rate of Druid, Hunter, Mage, Priest, and Rogue should now be increased. The win rate of Warrior should be roughly the same as before. So there's a couple of things to note here. First of all, they say they're in the process of deploying. As I'm recording this was 9 hours ago. This was in the evening of the 17th American time. And we honestly have no way of knowing whether or not this is actually live yet. I'm sure if it's not live by now, it'll probably be live sometime today on Friday. So, there's that. The second thing to note is, of course, the class is being buffed. Buffed and nerfed. We'll talk about that in a little bit. The third thing to note before we get into that, though, is that it's important to note how many classes are moving up or down. Because what happened last meta was that I believe they nerfed 2 classes and they buffed 6 classes. And the result of that was a very significant increase in the power level of cards in Arena, which really impacted how the last meta felt. Here it's important to note that they're nerfing 4 classes and they're buffing 5 classes, which should imply that it's much more even, so we shouldn't see that drastic increase in card quality just in the Arena in general. So things should remain, well, apart from the Demon Hunter thing, about similar to how they feel right now. But of course that's going to depend on how far a lot of these classes move. So let's talk about that right now. So let's see, I have HS replay here with the current win rates right now. Again, like, part of the reason we don't know whether or not this is live yet, this hasn't changed at all. It takes some time, so it'll take like a day or so to really start to see this change, but as soon as the changes come, we'll start to see Demon Hunter and some of the other classes drop. So the 4 classes that are being nerfed are Demon Hunter, Paladin, Shaman, and Warlock. So Demon Hunter and Warlock and Paladin here all being the top 3 classes, not surprising. The 4th one though being Shaman. It's important to note that they won't necessarily just nerf, whatever the top classes on HS Replay are. Blizzard has different data than HS Replay does. HS Replay is only built from, people that actually use Hearthstone Deck Tracker and upload their runs, where Blizzard knows everything, right? And also, they may or may not, Blizzard has been known at times to choose. Sometimes they know that balance isn't going to be perfect, so they decide, let's give this class a time at the top, so maybe this is Warrior's time at the top, right? Wouldn't jump too far to say that confidently, though, as we'll talk about for some of the classes being buffed, but, just some things to think about. So, again, we're just knowing which direction things are moving. Last time they did this kind of changes, Demon Hunter went from number 1 to number 10, and Druid went from number 10 to number 1. That could happen again. I would be a little surprised, but again, it may happen again. We really have no way of knowing. So, that'll be part of the fun of this whole thing. So yeah, again, like 4 of the top 5 classes here being nerfed, and then that leaves all the other classes being the ones getting buffed. Again, Warrior staying about the same. I would guess that Warrior, again, is probably not going to be number 1 because probably some of these classes being buffed are going to move ahead of it. So, and given that the number of classes moving is going to stay, again, 5 being buffed, 4 being nerfed, I would guess Warrior will still end up being probably somewhere around the middle. I would guess it would maybe fall down to 5 or 6, but it'll be somewhere in the middle. And then the other classes, again, Priest, Hunter, Mage, Rogue, Druid, all being buffed. Again, they might do the crazy thing and make Druid go from 10 to 1. But it's a pretty fair assumption given that, whoever happens to be the best class to get buffed, which apparently looks like is Priest. Priest is going to be pretty high up after these changes happen, which I don't know. I am not a particular fan of metas where priest is super high, so hopefully some of the other classes will be ahead of it still. It's possible that Demon Hunter or Warlock might not fall quite so far. Like last meta, Warlock was nerfed. I believe these were the same two classes that were nerfed last meta, because they were the top two, as they usually will be when there's no balance adjustments. So maybe Warlock will still be better, maybe, you know, some of these other classes will get buffed ahead of it, but that's pretty much that's really all it can be. We're pretty much guaranteed at this point, because, I mean, Priest is going to move ahead of Shaman, Warrior, and Paladin almost for sure. The only classes that even have a chance of being better than Priest then are Warlock, Demon Hunter, and these other classes being buffed. We know that Priest is going to at least... It's being buffed, so it's probably going to move up. It's probably going to be like at least number 3 or number 4 most likely. So yeah, we're already seeing a ton of priests. So we're going to see a lot more priests after these changes. So anyway, that's about all I wanted to say. I won't try to drag out this video any longer. Thanks a lot for everyone. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment on which class you want to see, if you're happy to see Demon Hunter's Reign of Terror end, which classes you want to see come up to the top, or anything else you're excited about, or just like what your favorite kind of drywall is. It really doesn't matter, you know, comments, algorithm, good, yeah. So yeah, that's about it. And of course, I'll be doing some runs probably today, so come check us out on Twitch if you want to see some of that. But yeah, thanks a lot again everyone for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.